welcome to the Redbeard Show. We're here on the Sunshine Coast at Korey's shop. That's who you're looking at his back right now while I talk for a second. And we're having a lot of fun. Pat Stratis is in the house. He's over on this side of the shop. Wave to the crowd. Let's check and see if we're actually working on this business. It says we're working. How about that? I wasn't sure if they were live in Spain or not, so that's why I was a little unsure of today's show. So good to see. Today's show has gone coastal because we're here on Sunshine Coast in BC. And it's a lovely shop we got here, lovely property that Korey's here at. And let me just move the camera for the first camera switch of the show. Woo! This is Korey's station. We're just going to tune in to see what he's building. Hey little Sage, how are you? Watch out, don't get underfoot. So Korey's been working on a little basket weave section here. And
still prepping out balls right now.
Prepping up some balls, yep, for our, I think we're making a Sherlock that's in the... Glass, how long have you been torching, brother?
It's been about 14 years.
14, I knew that. We've been hanging out for pretty much those 14 years we've known each other.
Yeah.
Fun watching it progress with each other the way we go. Oh, everyone in chat's checking in. You got a lot of folks checking in, Korey, saying hey. A lot of admirers of your work. We've got quite the show and tell to show you. Korey's been hard at work. Well, maybe not this summer. I've been told he's been gone fishing for a little while.
I've been slacking. It's been a pretty chill summer.
So while Korey's prepping up some balls, oh maybe right before I go, one thing I wanted to ask right away is where do we go to find your work, Korey?
Most of my stuff is available wholesale through C&G and a few other spots. You can, a few spots in Canada, pretty much any store in Canada you can grab it.
Excellent. So ask your local shop and they'll refer you to. So shout out to C&G Wholesale. Awesome. And your Instagram label so we can check out that wicked work.
Check out Korey Glass to check out any recent work I always post on there.
Korey with a K.
Yeah, Korey with a K. K-R-E-Y.
Nice. So right off the top of the show, I want to say the Redbeard Show is now sponsored by Vancouver Seed Bank. Woohoo! Big shout out to the Vancouver Seed Bank. They're a big supporter for a lot of good things happening in our community, and I really love the whole crew down there. I've gotten to know several of them over the years. And Vancouver Seed Bank, for all your growing needs, they've got more than just cannabis seeds. They've got quite a few things down there. Go check it out. Check them out online, vancouverseedbank.ca. International shipping, anywhere in the world, guaranteed. So here we got Stratis, also doing some prep work, sectioning off some balls. What color do we got there when you get your chance to talk?
I think this is experimental green.
Oh yeah. So this is tube these guys pulled on these bad boys. These are crucible kilns, and with those we dip glass in there, layer up different colors, and pull tubing and weird and awesome things. Alright, what's your Instagram handle, brother?
Redbeard Glass.
Redbeard Glass. Awesome. Well, I can't wait to show you what we're going to build today. Stratis pulled out a fun piece here. Maybe I'll show you that right now. This thing's pretty epic. Check out this bad boy. So the smoke splits direction several times here. Let me give it a little action shot. A little spinner marble in there. And I don't have enough hands, but maybe I can get an action shot on this too. Look at that recycler action. See the funnel? Sweet. Pretty fun piece. Let's go look at a few more fun pieces over here actually while we're prepping up still and getting into the action. Hey Vagabond, he's in the chat room. Vagabond and I made a fun dragon in the shop. Check out this dragon, buddy. I'm gonna try and hold the camera as steady as I can for you. Korey, can you tell me, if you're not too busy, who did you make this dragon with?
That was with Glass Monkey.
Glass Monkey.
Yeah, from Philly.
From Philly. It's beautiful. That's quite the chain work, the reins.
Yeah, it was a fun few days with Monkey in the shop.
No doubt. It's pretty massive too. And this piece here apparently hasn't been photographed much yet, if at all. The two alien ladies. Let's see if you can see what I'm looking at here. Get a whole picture shot. Look at this bad boy. It's got some crazy webbing up at the top. Who made the two alien ladies? Same? This is you and Stratis. All three of you. There you go. Pretty cool. Oh, and there's action shot for those ladies too. Let's see if I can do it. How many hands do I got here? Check this out. So it's spinning balls there. Sorry for the shaky cam. I'll just grab that again. Pretty awesome. Look at these little guys here. We got little mini bongs. We got another kind of dragon theme here. I love that helio coil or whatever it's called. The twisty canes stacked up and to make a tube. That's hot. Quite the showcase here. Oh look, I put a couple Redbeard show and tells in the corner there. You might remember that from some previous episodes. Look at that ray gun in the back there. Holy. And then Stratis has been working on these. I'll try to close up so you got to check out the perk action on these. So up at the top there, those are jetted is what he likes to call them, and the hole's poked on the side so it directs the water in one direction. Really gets that swirl. Look at this guy. Hey, that's one of my doobies. Nice joint holder on that piece. Quite the show and tell. I'm glad it's a sturdy shelf. Jesus. And then look at all the prep work he's got here too. Just rocking, ready to roll. All made in house, eh?
All made in house.
That's got to be proud to say that, brother. There's the kiln I will one day own. Oh, I love your kiln. I can't wait to get one that big. I'm having a lot of fun. Oh, look, lathe showing off. Look, Korey's shop. Dude, it's beautiful. You've worked so hard to get this.
Thanks, dude.
Seriously.
It's some serious hours.
Yeah. As your wife will attest.
Yeah. Gotta be our biggest argument.
Oh yeah.
How much I work.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. The torch is like the mistress.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't reach upstairs because the upstairs is
Oh yeah, we could go for the stroll, but you know I haven't even explored up there. We can do that at the end of the show in case we black out. But Korey's pointed out there's even an upstairs to the shop where he keeps his photo booth, I guess, a light booth, and
wrapping and packing.
oh yeah, wrapping and then packing. It's nice to have a separate spot for that.
Yeah.
So maybe while I leave the camera on you, Korey, or I'll spin it around in a sec too, yeah. I'm going to encase some opals for this little Sherlock that we're making.
Put it on you. I'll start the basket weave and it'll be more interesting.
Sounds good.
Checking the basket weave out.
It would. You're right. Because right now, it's all, you know.
Prepping balls and it's just ball after ball.
And
so give me like 5 minutes and I'll start stacking.
And I got to tell you, folks, prep work is 90% of, well, you know, where does the prep work start? I guess at the stop at the end of the piece, really.
Yeah.
Like it's all prep work. Whether you're pulling tube or balling up balls or joining those balls.
Majority of the work is in the prep work, and it takes no time at all usually to assemble.
Totally.
It takes all the time to get everything ready to.
Hang in there, folks. I'm just setting up my next camera angle. I'm gonna get this computer program called many cams, and apparently that'll allow me to switch back and forth between several different cameras. But now that I've got a sponsor, thank you Vancouver Seed Bank, it's going to enable me to do a few more improvements like that. It's going to enable me to get on the road, go visit some friends, just like we're doing here today. So again, I want to thank the Vancouver Seed Bank for stepping up and sponsoring this show. We're going for another camera switch. Can't find a level ground. There we go. So, I'll just have to talk to you over my shoulder here. Let's see, hopefully I'm in the camera. We need another camera person there on board. So what I'm going to do over here is encase some opals. And that involves heating up the tube, dropping the opal in, and then sealing it up with no air around it. The trick is not to get the air bubbles around it. So, first trick is picking up the darn things without dropping them. And then I just drop it into the base of the tube right there. And there you can just see an opal in the bottom of the tube. Yeehaw! Let's see. So I start off with a bushy flame. You don't want to get in too quick on the opal. And now I'm just starting at one end of the little marble, and I'm going to work my way right through to the other side, removing the air. Murphy's Law, the one I do on the camera, I get a bubble. Always the one you do. Always. Yeah, always. So, it's still hot, but got a wee little bubble on the end. Hot damn. Is there any way to pick that bubble out there? Do you guys ever peel glass off till you get it and add it back?
Get up to the stone and then
exactly.
5 mil and then
Alright. I can do that. Hopefully. Bubble right to the surface now, so it's just a matter of removing the glass, getting down to the bubble. There it goes, pop to the stone. And then we'll add some glass back, let it shrink around the stone again. I haven't been on the Sunshine Coast in a while. It's changed a little bit. The highway seems bigger. More shops. Lovely spot though. Lovely spot. You must love it here, eh?
Yeah, it's awesome. So much better than Vancouver. More neighbors.
Yeah, great place to raise your family, eh? Korey loves his fishing. we've just removed the air, got my opal back on point. We'll move this camera around in a second again. It's a really big shop here. It's kind of hard to get a camera angle for all of us. Maybe I will trek upstairs and get a bird's eye view in a bit. So that's what I was aiming for. And we got ourselves a little opal encased in a marble. I'm going to set the glass down now and pick up the camera. Just kind of check out over there, because I see right away that Korey's method is totally different than how I did it on the basket weaving show. So we should check this out. I noticed you're stacking on the end of the tube.
Yeah, you did a T?
I did the T, yeah. That's how I learned way back.
That's how I learned. That was the first one. Was the T.
Yeah, so you always do it on the end of the
tube, yeah, it just makes it really easy, quick. Once I do that first row, it lines it all up. I don't have to worry after that.
Totally. And I noticed you stick on point first, so you're going in on the
depends. I could do it either way. It just depends on the look as well.
But that's nice. You get to see both sides. You get to get it in there neatly. Korey also showed me a trick of how he gets them to be perfectly square and avoiding tool marks on them. So it's been quite the learning experience already. Having fun.
Oh yeah.
Woo! I thought so. I knew it. In my brain, it's 420. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Take a breath and let it out halfway like a sniper. Brace your elbow into your body.
Yeah, I got nowhere to breathe.
That's what I do, yeah. So happy 420, folks. Good time to have your medicine. Or your recreation, or whatever way you want to go. Maybe I'll just show off a little, just even on his bench, he's got a collection of beautiful products just waiting to go out. Unfortunately, that beautiful pink piece I'll show you in a minute didn't make it, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Another case of tragedy in the glass studio.
2 days and money invested and nothing at the end of the struggle.
Yeah. That's part of the battle we wage.
Yes, it is.
And that's why the glass isn't $10. Not just 2 days, but the cost of the product too. That thing is
$100 a pound pink
opal.
slime, or $20 a gram crushed opals.
Yeah.
Whole tube gone to waste. 2 days gone to waste.
So he's just got his chips down in front of him on the carbon pad. Grab them with the tweezer, and now we'll place them in. Hope you folks are making notes. This is how it's done. See if Stratis has a hand to make this. So the piece we're planning today is going to be a Sherlock design. The basket weaving is going to be up and around the can end of things, the bowl. This is a very nitpicky, precise procedure that Korey's doing. You'll note on the episode basket weaving how quickly I slapped together that piece. But if I can show you the finished product, I did it that way so you can see the entire process. But to get a fine detail and to get the correct look, the perfect look, that's how long it takes. So, and also the correct tools.
Nice work is tedious and boring.
We were looking at the tool Korey uses to make his flat bar, and I don't have that tool, and that's pretty essential. When I made my flat bar, it wasn't perfect, and so I ended up with a less than perfect product. But it's a fun product, and it's good enough for me right now. But I know what I strive for, and we all should. I always find it a challenge on how much to do in a show and how much to just not worry about.
We're definitely not going to be finishing this piece.
Definitely not. But you guys will get a little insight on how the basket weaving's begun, how the tube work's begun. You just missed a little coil that Stratis just made. Show that off to you there. This Redbeard you're going here is like some garnet for women. Don't forget that green, that red and green. Christmas is hot, that's why you're going. I always think of like when there's a corporation with those colors or something like that, you know it's good, right? They spend millions of dollars to get color right.
Yeah, nice. Thanks,
what are you doing? What are you doing that? What is it like that little piece?
Little basket weave section. Stack of chips.
Why are you doing that, Dad? To make like a crown?
No, to make a pattern, to make like a basket weave pattern.
Are you sure it's going to work though?
I think so. Done it a couple times, we've had practice.
It might be hot there, pal.
Don't touch anything on it.
Well,
those ones aren't hot, but still, I need those there.
Yeah, it's a very good rule not to touch anything on the bench.
Every time I go,
Oh, that's a good way of testing it, right?
One of these days, you're going to touch the wrong piece of glass, Sage.
Then I'll do this.
It's funny, like Diego, Stratis just tossed a hot piece of glass and it landed in front of Diego's feet. He reached down right away and picked it up.
Oh, yeah.
And then he wasn't happy camping.
Those are not hot. I like picking that one up. I don't want that.
These guys are not hot. The ones that are on the blue tube are hot. Don't touch those. So Sage, right now, we're right in the middle of something.
I think you saw, I might have saw the top of his head. That's Korey's little boy, Sage.
Full of curiosity.
I'll leave this 420 split there for you. Maybe we'll go see what Stratis is going to do with that little coiled piece. Back to check out that basket weave in a sec. So maybe here I'll just stand back. This is the end. Oh, there's. Look, we brought Nesta Bear for the car ride. He's having a good time. Hey, Nesta. So here's a view of his shop from outside. It's pretty great. Lots of room. We even have the ladies and Sage watching us today. Are you webbing inside that coil? Yeah. Aha, yes. typing in the chat bar how nice it is here, and you should maybe just move up here. You got a real nice spot. I think if you didn't have to go over that ferry often, that would be the killer. I couldn't imagine if people... Exactly. Can you imagine having to commute? Like, I think there's always a wait list on that ferry. Yeah. We got a campsite just up the road. It's gorgeous. Beautiful little campground. Not even a quarter full.
We're just down at the Roberts
Creek, Provincial Park. Yeah. No showers or what's that? Yeah, we're gonna go explore the northern part of Sunshine Coast for the rest of the weekend. Up the Powell River. Never been there before. Yeah, there's a provincial park up there. We're gonna check out Salt Creek Bay. We're tenting. This bus ain't ready. Gotta enjoy our last tenting. Damn it, I'm getting the bus ready. Yeah, you got room for a school bus here, don't you, Korey? Yeah. Got his hand torch, nice hand torch. That's a tool I gotta pick up. Note to the glass blowers out there, hand torches are so vital. And mine is totally malfunctioning these days. I think I melted it in the kiln. So, wider angle here.
No, we couldn't really do most of the work that we do without a hand torch.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got two there. You've got a Lynx hand torch hanging onto the right, and what do you? That's just a Smith with a 7-point head you showed me.
Yeah, that's what the showbow tips.
Oh yeah.
Showbow, they're great.
Note to self: I need one of those.
Definitely worth the money. They don't go out.
I'm forever relighting that stupid one-hole Smith.
Yeah, that thing's pretty.
One shit, I think I need to smoke too. Where did that shine from? Check that. Let's see what Korey's up to. Pulling up some blue for the rest of the stem. Check out that lathe. Man, that's a huge lathe.
One time, Stratis and I getting that onto a pallet.
Oh man, I can't imagine moving that thing. It's here to stay.
It's here to stay.
We are not renting this property. That's right.
We're pulling it out of the old shop, dropping that inch out of the garage, and it snapped the pallet.
Yeah, no doubt.
Scurry to get it fixed.
You know I gotta try this technique as soon as I get home. On the tube and putting it in on that 45 or whatever you call that angle.
Probably get some more of that basket weave look, you know?
For the show, I also made sure the tiles were symmetrical, like in colorways, so I didn't have to take the time to look
Flip
at
it
that.
around. Well, I've got a border that's black on one side, I've got a border that's white on the other side. And each row I'll flip it. So what it actually does, it'll have a basket weave, and where the white borders and black borders, when I flip it, it'll connect and actually make a reversal type pattern. You can see like the white in there is connected. And the same with the black, so it gives that extra additive to the
pattern inside the pattern.
Yeah.
You got folks in the chat asking if they can be apprentices. I told them to go ask Vagabond. Not right now, folks. I'm not looking to hire any apprentices at this time. I've got Jan's Jazzy nails already that I'm teaching my partner Jan. And I've had so many apprentices over the years, and honestly, yeah, I've enjoyed every experience, and every single one of them are great people and are doing really well with themselves. And it's a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility, and I just don't want it. And it also
I'm in the same boat.
Creates competition. The more people that blow glass, the harder it is for us to make a living. I'm freely sharing the knowledge with you here, so just get to work. Go buy yourself a torch and get to work. I'll throw a class and you can come learn on a class. There's lots of classes available.
Yeah.
But to take on an apprentice is a whole nother factor. If I do that step, it's going to be it's done seriously and with thought. Building. Tyler was probably my last apprentice. Tyler Smith Glass, look him up, East Coast, making wicked spins. So we're laying the patchwork. Note how he's keeping that thing warm. The last thing you want it to do is crack. This glass is really
Heat up after every chip.
Yeah. Thermal shock was the word I was looking for.
So you never make it to the finish line.
So I did hear some news, folks. I believe that the first screening of, hopefully the whole piece, the whole documentary, but at least the preview for will be at the Prairie Cup for the Great Canadian Glass Gathering documentary, which may or may not be its name. So we're still in the last editing stages, but pretty stoked on that. I wanted to announce that. And obviously this week's Artist of the Week is Korey Cotnam. Check out Korey Glass on Instagram. And Stratosphere, Patrick Stratis. Check out Stratosphere Glass. Is it just Stratosphere on Instagram or Stratosphere Glass? Stratosphere Glass. Works?
No, I think it's just Stratosphere.
Okay. And the head shop for the week is Vancouver Seed Bank, because they're awesome. So, do you guys want to shout out to any head shops that have supported you over the years? Or, I know I thought of someone on a separate note I want to shout out to, but anyone you want a head shop that you want to mention, Stratis? Stratis' mom.
She's always been there.
Teaching him his manners.
There's too many to name.
I was going to mention
shout out to all of them. They're
Vintage
supportive.
Vinyl. That's who I was going to talk about today. They've gone through the struggles. The owner there, Pat, he came to a glass gathering long ago, one of the first ones, with his son Dylan. And Pat's got a terminal illness, cancer or something of terminal consequences, and he's fairly frail. And just last year, or it's been maybe a couple of years at least anyway, he got busted for his legal grow. And as he stated, he thought he was within his numbers, but apparently his license had just recently expired, and so he lost $1 million in an asset forfeiture, and they just sentenced him to 6 months. But I believe he can serve it in the community, hopefully at home, but still 6 months for a guy who's on the last, who knows how long, but not much of his life. So shout out to those guys for keeping up their fight and holding their heads high. And Vintage Vinyl, if you're ever near, I believe it's in Regina, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan for sure, yeah it is, Regina. And it's a great big store with a great big reputation, and they're awesome people with good, honest work, and I want you to go and check them out, Vintage Vinyl. That's starting to look like some basketball, my
It's
friend.
getting there.
Yeah, once you get 3 rows in there, you have to
After row, yeah, this is row 4. Probably go 5 on there.
Yeah.
Sort of like the right size and sort of squares and stuff. So it's
Excellent. Vagabond's taking apprentices paid in beer.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Note he straightens up each tile every time with his tweezers, making sure it's nice and tight. So in just a couple short weeks, the Redbeard Show is going to be coming at you from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'm traveling to Saskatoon to take part in the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup. I'll be demonstrating live glass blowing inside the venue, where you can puff, where you can vaporize, where you can test all the strains that are being entered. And there's live music, there's good food, and Jeff Jeff Lundstrom from Skunk Funk putting on a great event. Looking forward to being there. Hey, that's not fishing season. Maybe some year you can.
Yeah, I might be able to.
That's actually, in my opinion, a cup that I think everyone would enjoy. It's really relaxed. I feel like it's got a small town atmosphere. Like Saskatoon's not a huge city, And maybe that's just me and my country bumpkin roots, right? I have a good time in Toronto, but there I'm not on edge, but whoa, that's a big city, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little on guard, and we still popped off on the sidewalk and everywhere we were in Toronto, but
yeah, I'd like to see Jeff again, hang out with Jeff. It's been way too long.
there you are. Yeah, Korey goes back with Jeff a long time as well. On the strum. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, he had a good time with the guys this year. He brought his daughter.
Yeah, I did. I've seen him once. It was a blur.
Yeah,
It's like so
yeah.
fast.
Well, because I don't think God's think she'll make it next year. The daughter.
No, it's not.
He wasn't able to stay out late.
No, at all. Yeah.
Yeah, which is when most of the action happens for us glass blowers. All right, let's cruise over to the side of the shop here. Going. Gonna join up the ball here on the end of his spool. Fun. Well, I'm looking forward to getting onto the storage too in a little bit. I think I'm going to keep working this camera. And I'm going to make some baubles to attach to this other bauble.
The next ferry terminal we have away. There's some pretty cool tidal rapids you can check out up there that are down.
Oh, cool. You know, I meant to ask you guys some inside scoops where to visit while we're here.
There we go.
You grew up on this coast, did you not?
Yep. Yeah, I did. This is hometown.
Oh. Well, there's a 1957 bus I gotta go check out here too. Owned by a friend of his, actually. But don't tell my wife.
You can never have too many buses.
That's what I figured. Vagabond, I'm keeping an eye on that van that you had your eye on. It's still there for you outside Princeton. You better get back here and buy it, buddy. I'm going to get it if you don't. These flat nose sheds, 57 shed. Oh, yeah.
This weird magnet that goes down vehicles though.
It sure is.
I had my transmission go there one time. I was like, yeah.
I hit the cliff wall just outside of Princeton right on the Civic, but it's mostly snow, so a little bit of smoke came out because I was sideways, but we did. The thing gonna brace that one, or did you just one time? Is that pretty good there?
It's close, but I'm gonna brace it.
Sometimes it can be nailed, and do you ever get it where it's on a one time? Yeah.
Yes.
Those are like the perfect ones.
That was not one of those.
It's gonna refer to the perfect white. So, you didn't hear that one. So to brace is going to slap a 4 or 5 mil rod. Glowify this seal. If you're ever doing this, make sure you put a decent seal there that's not going to pop off and take the glow pipe with it. I have lost so many pieces around right there. It only took me a couple years to learn that. We shared shop space out in Birkin. How many years ago was that, man?
It was a while ago now.
It was before the Olympics, wasn't it? 2010 was Whistler. That's kind of where I always based stuff with up there. I think it was after 2010, yeah, 2011 maybe. Gibson came to visit often. He lived there one winter. Some fun was had there.
Yeah. It was pretty entertaining.
The shop we were working in had radiant floor heat. That's one of the things I remember about that. But it malfunctioned that one time, and it was burning hot, and our whole liquid tank went.
Yeah, I remember my pipes freezing and having them to toboggan up to your kitchen. So I could wash my dishes. That was awesome. It was a cool little cabin though.
Yeah, we shared the property there. We were renting off a friend of mine. Stratis rented a little cabin called the TV, and I was renting this massive house with me and my kids in it. It's pretty nice. He's finished that house since. We were living in a kind of unfinished basement style. It's gorgeous. And that's where the glass gathering begun, because it was this property with a frickin' stage and a campground.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It had to be done. It had to be done.
It was a good setup for that.
Yeah. Not evolved into the shenanigans it is today. So the one thing I'm considering, let me take your guys' opinion on this live on Pot TV. I'm thinking of changing the dates to the gathering, and maybe bump it. I'm thinking up a week at least to get away from the American holiday there, so we can invite some of our southern friends up.
Yeah.
You guys gonna make the gathering next year?
Probably. It's a good excuse for a road trip. It's always a good excuse for a road trip.
It's almost like a family reunion these days then. Well, should we go see what Korey's been up to? Looks like he's got that basket we've balled up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
She's balled up.
access it. I'm gonna terminate one side, and I'm gonna terminate the other side.
Excellent. Beautiful. Look at the pattern there. You could just leave that clear if you wanted to, eh? If you wanted to. It's got like a star shape because of the way he started the design. I kind of never thought ahead to realizing that would be there. Beauty.
Gotta be careful not to heat too close to the thin taper there.
Yeah, you do have a nice thin taper. Look at that, folks. Gorgeous. Can you give him an end-on view? Hold it up to that camera. That's perfect right there. Awesome. pop a hole in the side. This is off, making it go off axis.
I'll just terminate it till all the clear is ripped out of there.
This is a lesson I just gave Jan too, pulling that off with tweezers. Note those tweezers don't enter the plane. Well, if they do, they flash in and out. They don't enter.
They're not staying.
It's like, why is the glass keep sticking to my tweezers? Yes, we've
They've
all
been
done
too hot.
that first time. Yeah.
If that starts happening, dip them in water.
There you are. Well, they're asking who we're listening to on your speakers. The truth is, I wouldn't know. It's hip hop.
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics? Pyro? There you go. Hieroglyphics. You guys have to give me some of these so there's lots of good ones.
I kind of dug the cello player guys.
I thought you said they traveled around. They just fall off. Yeah. That was, they're from Pemberton. The Courageous Mountain Rangers.
Those shaky hands.
That's tight.
As shaky as my hands are, it's still stacking clean.
That's right. I think that means the man needs a bit of hash for the shakes. That's what the doctor recommends. Dr. Redbeard's
I'm
prescription.
down.
I noticed Korey hitting his bottle toes with the bubble hash.
Just
on,
like the good old
joints,
days.
like the good old days. I'm surprised you don't have a really. Do you have a fancy bottle toker?
Just got clear when initially.
Oh yeah, you've been using that same one for so long?
Yeah, had it for years.
Yeah. In Vancouver, you had that, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one.
That's awesome.
Now I'm ready to start assembling the can for the Sherlock.
So we've got a couple balls picked out that'll go slant on either side of those, aren't
Yeah,
you? Or
both
is that,
sides.
pardon me?
Both sides.
Yeah. That's the dog being yourself.
Such a good girl.
Yeah. That Gizmo though, he's grounded in the house. You guys didn't get to meet him, he's too quirky.
Yeah. If he was out here, you'd know he was here.
Ooh, I love those little jacks.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, let me show those to the camera.
Make yourself fair.
Oh, look at
Even
that.
a better improvement that Jared did to his.
That's really great.
You welded on a metal plate on the bottom of here.
Yeah.
So then you have a paddle
So,
and
well, just like on the big ones.
Yeah, mini
exactly. Like those.
like a little disc
Yeah,
of
so
metal.
it's on your left there, is that all right?
Yeah, that's fun.
thought that was really good.
2 joints and 2 hands. That's not a problem, not complaining. Yeah, that's a great tool. My jacks are way too big for that.
Night and day. Night and day.
Hear that, folks? Let's tune in for a little while longer while you stack a couple bubbles, and then I think we're going to call the show in just a few more minutes. We'll see how it rocks here.
Tune in next week for the finish piece.
Yeah, hopefully we can get through it without any issues and success in the short time we have together. I should, we'll go over and do another show and tell though, maybe in a little bit. Those pieces deserve another look at on that show. Some of the nicest glass I've seen, and I can't remember since I was surrounded in it at those expos. But, you know, like, well done. So if you've got several thousand to burn, get a hold of these guys. They've got some stuff. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah. I remember the giant bird. Is that the one that? Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Cool. What's the right person? Well, I'm glad you got him here today. Yeah, this is the TV show and Danny's on right now. He's showing us how he does a basket. Pretty cool, eh? That's like super talented. That's that design you just made with the little chips you were looking at. That's called basket weaving.
Oh yeah. How did you even turn it into that like that?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to tune into the show, man. He just showed us. You missed it. Tune in next week.
How did you get into there? How did you get the block? How did you do that?
My tweezers. One by one, I placed each square in there.
Hey,
So we got that from there. Thing up really straight. Then we'll have the fucking arms come back. And,
This is on the top.
yep.
You don't want to put it to the bottom, see what it looks like on
We can go either way with it, really. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. That's better this way.
Yeah, that works.
Do you have a hole in the bottom?
sweet.
What kind of creep is the
We
camera
should
on?
have a dab on that. We should have a dab on that crazy rig. We set that up with a mini torch.
Yep.
Camera. All right, we're going for a new camera shot. Hang in there, folks. You gotta see this piece. It's crazy. All right. I think we're in business. Right here. Can you see? Are we in the screen? Good enough. Gotta hit one of these fancy pieces while we're here. Dang. Thank you. I'm gonna ask if that's quartz, but I can tell by the amount he heated it, definitely not.
How are you doing that? How did you do that?
It's like magic.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Alright, we better go check back in with Korey. He's adding stuff together. We're gonna. Hey, actually, Stratis, why don't you come? Oh, jeez. Come around to the Eddie's, will you? And let's go take a look at some of those. Maybe you can explain a little bit. I can set this down. And then we're gonna sign off, folks, and get to work here. We got some more glass blowing to build. So, wow. Where do you start, eh? Look at this setup. Look at this guy. Well, let's start with the one I grabbed, the Sherlock here. Re-wig top. Holy smokes. Look at the deep carving on this too. Sandblasted. Amazing. Anything you want to talk about here? It's so much time.
A lot of time and effort.
For sure. Weeks and weeks and weeks. Jan was admiring you guys' color selection. You got a keen eye. All the fun latest colors too, I know. This is fun. I really like that pattern there. That's nice. Wings off it. Digging that alien lady. Well, folks, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. Tune in next week. I'll be back on my home turf. 2 weeks from then, we're going to Saskatchewan. I want to sincerely thank my new sponsor, Vancouver Seed Bank. You guys are great. They have great products, great staff, and go to vancouverseedbank.ca for all your seed needs. Thanks, folks. Tune in next week on Pot TV for the next show. Adios, amigos. Korey, thanks, eh?